I will say I just went to church and it was hard. I haven't been to church since Christmas Eve, I think. And just seeing my home minister up there, I always just picture myself there because I was there in that situation and I do miss it. So I think I still feel called to it, but it's hard knowing that I just can't do that right now. We'll see what the future brings, but that's what it is. I'm driving to camp now, looking at the road, not the camera, but I just know that part of it too is that I grew up in that church and I had that dream for so long, the dream of becoming a minister and then leading a church. And I developed that over time, and coming back to that same church just puts myself in that dream. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I remember that and it feels sad that that dream did not come to fruition as I intended it to. But you know, we make plans, we hear God laughing, and God promises something new. I do feel reconnected to God because of nature, so that helps quite a bit. And I think that's part of coming back to God, but I'm not coming back to God in the same way. I experience God differently. Not the same way. And in some way, that's a good thing. In other ways, it makes me sad. Like this church experience, but you know what? That's okay, because I still feel close to God. And in the end, that's what truly matters. My relationship with God is there. Even though it is difficult to go to church because of my dream that I can't do right now, it's there. So, thanks be to God. Thanks be to God. Driving to camp now, driving up Route 8, but today's sermon was about loneliness and the importance of being together. That is to make sure that you're paying attention to each other, make sure that we all feel connected, part of the community. Yeah, sometimes these past few months, these past couple of years, I felt lonely because I lost my identity. I lost my identity serving, because ministry was basically my whole identity, everything that I had worked towards, and then it disappeared. So I had to refine my identity in myself through my love for hiking, my love for nature, and love for others and service for others again. I had to redefine that. So it's important to recognize the things that can make somebody feel lonely. It's not always just being alone, but sometimes things can lead to you causing yourself to be alone, like withdrawing yourself. I certainly did a few of those. So just to know to recognize the importance of togetherness and the connection, and draw your neighbor in. Invite your neighbor into something that you're doing. It's dark, but I'm sitting in the woods at a special spot for our camp. The lake is out there, right there. And I don't have anything else to do on a Monday evening, so it's super nice. Just sitting here in the gathering dark, just taking in the woods. There's a few hidden campfire rings out here, so I know about some of them, and I'm just like looking for flat places for a tent and all that. Not that I'm gonna tent here or anything like that, but it's just so peaceful out here in remote Sequoia. I just got back from dinner, and at the dining hall there was this that was left on one of the fireplaces. It says, "To stick to eagle." Thank you for sharing your adventure, Mr. and Mrs. P. Inside we have grape soda as well as 2 family-size bags of Skittles. Wow. 2 family-sized bags of Skittles and a whole case of Fanta grape. You all know what I like for my journey. Signed, Mr. and Mrs. P, so thank you for just leaving that on the fireplace. It's so kind of you. Some of these things come very unexpectedly.
It's Wednesday evening, getting ready for my Hessian hike. I'm gonna change out of the Class A, and Hessian hike starts in about an hour, so let's do it. Continue enjoying this journey. There's only 3 incoming merit badge this week, so we're on pace to finish the merit badge tomorrow. Unlike when last week when we had 8, we were pushing every day, going a little bit late, and we barely finished by Friday at 12 o'clock too. So merit badge runs 10 to 12. So what a difference less people in the merit badge makes. But I like the interest though. I like when so many people want to join and do climbing, because I get to speak to many more scouts and push many more scouts out of their comfort zone potentially and reach new heights. I love it up in the challenge area. Let's keep doing it and let's go hiking. It's Thursday morning here at camp. We're walking to the climbing tower and we're about to finish our climbing merit badge on Thursday instead of Friday today with less participants, and we're having a good time here. I just want to give a quick note on when I went to church on Sunday. It was difficult because it's been the first time that I've gone since like Christmas, I think, and that was difficult for me because I was like remembering how not too long ago I was up there and doing that, so that was pretty good. It just brings back memories for me, since I didn't expect it to end so quickly. Anyway, instead I'm just enjoying God's creation. It's God's church, but I try to make steps to reconnect whenever I can, and that includes going back to church when I can too. And I had the opportunity this week to do that. So good to see some familiar faces, some friendly faces and such, and it was not as hard as it was Christmas. So I like that. We're getting past it, moving forward, and I think that the experience hiking has definitely helped me reconnect in the way that I wanted to. So I'm thrilled. You know, it was difficult for a little while being in the church where I grew up in, where I had the vision to be a minister and pastor, and now I don't know what's in my future. But the positive is that it's ways to reconnect and hear people sing God's praises and all that. So I'm always putting a positive twist on things and enjoying life out here. And I love being able to work in the great outdoors here too. Here's a look at our amphitheater with our lake, where we have our campfires. Get the camp in here. And there's our campfires where we have our skits and songs at the beautiful lake right there. Here we are, beautiful Camp Sequoia with the beautiful lake behind us. It's Stick to Eagle here. And we are done with week 2. 3 people in the climbing merit badge as opposed to 8, but we're back to 8 next week. And popular climbing programs, Open Climb, we challenged the hard wall of the climbing tower, 45 people on our night Hessian hikes as well. All in all, a great week 2 of camp, 5 more weeks left. So we look forward to this every week, and we're having a great time out here. Just about to go home from camp and need to pick up some gas on the way home. But it's 1 o'clock on Saturday, and we have till 12 o'clock tomorrow, what we say next week. Get to do some laundry, catch up on some things. Still have to work on my passport application that I was working on 2 weeks ago. Little things like that kind of go off the back burner when we're at camp, because we're busy every day trying to put the scouts first, and we do put the scouts first, and we love that. But then it makes us forget about the other things we were working on like a couple weeks ago. So keep on doing that. Received a few more minor packages that I wanted to get. Received my new trekking poles in the mail, so looking forward to getting back to my parents' house and opening up that, and then maybe I'll get to practice my new tent in the near future. So that's in the works, and looking forward to more. Week 3 next week of 7. It's already middle of July, so next month we get back on trail. Look at that. Barely getting the sunset behind the tree over there. That's kind of cool. Today's saying on our Saturday evening walks by Henry Ford: whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. There's the moon up there. Half moon right now, the middle of July. So this applies to the challenge area because a lot of times to conquer something as a team, you have to believe that you can. Because if you believe that you can't do it and you just give up on something, for example, helping a team get over a 12-foot wall, which is what one of the events we've been doing in the challenge area, and troops compete against one another to get the fastest time over a wall as a team of 6. And if you believe that you can't get over a 12-foot wall with the help of your teammates, then you're probably not going to give as much effort to it because your mind is already made up. But if you think, you know what, there are possible ways to make this happen, then there are possible ways. When you believe you can, that's when you start to dream up possibilities and become creative about ways to do something. This little town park here. I love seeing people be creative or find the loopholes in the challenge, because we say a certain number of rules for a challenge when in a team building exercise, and there are many things that go when we do a team building exercise. For example, if we don't say something as a rule, it's not a rule. So there's many loopholes. One of which is being on like a balance beam, and I say that your feet have to be touching the balance beam at all times as you reorder yourself among a group of 6 or so on this balance beam. But then a group was creative and thought, well, our feet have to be touching the balance beam, but it doesn't mean that we have to stand up on the balance beam. We could have both feet touching the beam while lying on the ground, and that creates more space for people to maneuver and get by us, which was a really creative thing in the challenge area, and I love to see people find these loopholes. Anyway, that's your inspiration for today on the challenge area and on believing in yourself, because I want you all to believe in yourself. I want myself to believe in myself. I want us all to believe in ourselves and in each other as a team, because when we think about it, if we're going to make this world a better place, we all need to work together as a team to make that happen. We all need to spread smiles, spread joy, spread cheer in whatever ways we can. Hold the door open for someone. Something as simple as that can help spread joy around our neighborhood. So I hope you each can do that in your own corner of the world, and believe that you can do it. Believe that we can do it, because we're a team. Remember, if we think we can't, we will not be able to. But if we think we can do it. We can make the world a better place. One step at a time. I'm excited for week 3 to start tomorrow, or next week. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. And for week 3, we have 8 people in climbing Rare Patch again, which is the same as week 1. We only had 3 during week 2. So a few more people, but that's great. I love the interest. So do it again, starting tomorrow, and keep going. But I'm going hiking in the morning, Sunday morning. We're going to go on a hiking trip. So look forward to sharing that with you in a separate video. Just a short day hike, but somewhere else I have not been before. So looking forward to that, and with someone I haven't met before either. So looking forward to that too. Maybe a waterfall involved. Anyway, remember to keep choosing your adventure each day. Go to new places, find new journeys, and embrace the journey every step of the way. Thanks for joining me on this evening walk. And remember, you're watching Stick the Eagle, so choose your own adventure. Embrace your journey, and always remember, happy trails.